Welcome to today's episode. Today's episode, let's talk about showing grace. Someone is saying, what does showing grace mean? For me, showing grace means showing understanding first and foremost, showing forgiveness even when the person does not deserve it, and showing compassion and kindness. In my own language, I always want to say showing grace means making excuses for people that you truly love and appreciate their friendship, or you appreciate them being in your life. That is just what it means. You know, when sometimes that friend of yours says something and in your quiet moments you're thinking, why does that person, what's the reason for that person saying what the person said? Or why did the person react the way the person reacts? And you keep telling yourself, maybe she's not in a good mood. Or maybe it's not about me. Or maybe she didn't sleep well. Oh, is she going through a hard time? That is you just making excuses. Even before you communicate your displeasure with that person. It's just you making excuses. It's just you showing understanding. It's just you not making it all about you. Let me pause here before I continue. I have not been here for some days because I have been suffering from a bad hair bad hair days, and that's why I'm looking like this. I'm thinking, oh, I have like 2 pops up, so I just decided to use this hairband and so I could look like a human being, really, and pretend to be well put together, like we always say. You guys remember our last episode when we said that motherhood is not a place of misery, that we always want to look put together? Yes, that is me. Or this is me trying to look all put together. Okay? And again, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for joining the family. Thank you for being my support system. You guys make all of this worth it, honestly. Even if it is 1 or 2 persons who are watching, just someone watching just makes me very, very happy. So thank you. I promise we're going to have an awesome time on this channel. Like I was saying, showing grace is something that everyone has to practice, especially if you surround yourself with people that you truly appreciate their friendship and their association, or just them being around your life. Some people gather a lot of people that they don't even have connection with, they don't even appreciate, they just gather a lot of people around them. If you have such people, maybe showing grace, maybe this episode is not for you. I'm talking about people who really have meaningful friendship, people who have little friends, or people who have little community, and those people means a lot to them. Showing grace is something that everyone has to practice to make friendship more meaningful, to make life more peaceful. And it also helps with your mental health as a person, because if you're someone who is always showing understanding, who is always showing kindness, who is always compassionate, trust me, it affects your mental health positively. Like I was saying, there was this time somebody did something that I did not like. It took me days. I was thinking about it. I was digesting it. I said, why would this person do this thing? What's the problem? Is it, did I do something? And it only happens when I truly appreciate you as a person. I truly want you in my life, and I want the relationship to work. That is the only time that I will have a sleepless night thinking about something that had gone down during the day. I'm also somebody who will, after the end of the day, I always have this, how do they call it? I always just bring back everything that had gone on during the day. Even if it's that tiny conversation that I had with somebody, I just replay it all over again in my head. That is the time also that you can pick out who is intentional towards you and who is just there for being there. Because trust me, action, energy, words says a lot. And trust me, when I'm having that end of the day conversation with myself, I can picture you, your reaction, your words, your everything. It's all playing in my head. So I was so mad, and I'm like, why would this person do this? I had it going on for days. And there's something, before I continue with that story, there's something about showing grace. Showing grace to someone means speaking to the person directly. Showing grace help with effective communication. Because of course, at the time you're making excuses for that friend, you're making excuses for that sister, you're making excuses for that husband, you're making excuses for that wife, it will lead you to want to speak to that person. So please speak to that person alone. Don't go about complaining to every other person except that one person who you had thought had offended you or had done something you did not like. At the time you're going about telling that business of that person to every other person, that is not you showing grace. That is just you, I don't know, maybe being judgmental, just creating more unnecessary negative energy where it is not needed. So please, when you are practicing grace showing, or how do I say, when you're practicing making excuses for that friend, that family member, make sure that you're speaking to that person directly. That is one important thing I came to talk about in this topic of showing grace. But at the time, I was so pissed off, I didn't speak to the person directly. I spoke to everyone who was ready to listen. And trust me, up to date, I regret my actions, because I'm not one to be petty, but I think I was so heartbroken because I really value this person in my life and I really value this friendship. And that is why maybe I was a little frustrated and I went about ranting. It can never be me, but it was me on that day. So eventually, when I decided to speak to the person, I found out that, see, showing grace is really very important in any relationship that we practice in this world, because everyone is going through their struggles and everyone is going through something. Forget that you can see the most put together kind of person, the calmest person in the room, the one that smells the best, the one that looks good all the time. Everyone is fighting the battle, be it from childhood trauma or how they were raised. So we got talking and I found out that she couldn't have done better. She only did what she knew how to do. And that was when I got thinking that, wow, parents raising kids right, or creating a very healthy environment for kids while they are growing up is really very important. Do you know why sometimes you gift somebody something and you feel like the person is not appreciating it, or the person did not appreciate it the way that you thought the person will appreciate it? Maybe they have never even been gifted anything their entire life. Maybe they don't even know how to. It's not like they're not being appreciated, but they don't just know how to act, you know. So, you know, when someone once said that, I don't know how to handle love, even if it's a joke, like some people, when you show them love, they don't reciprocate the way you want them to reciprocate, not because they don't appreciate it, but maybe they have never really been in an environment where they were being shown love, so they don't know what to do with it really. So basically, please, and when you are showing grace that leads to effective communication, please, in the process of that communication, let there be respect. There's something showing grace does. It crops entitlement. When you show people grace, it crops entitlement, because you are not feeling entitled. You're just trying to understand why, oh, I have to be treated like this. Oh, why did this person not treat me like that? No, you are now thinking, why did that person not do what is expected to do? That is you showing kindness. That is you being compassionate. Maybe something is wrong with the person. Maybe the person is not well. And like I said, while you are showing grace that leads to effective communication, please keep it respectful. Don't come at me because you think you're angry at me, or you think I didn't do something right, or you think I've offended you, and you come at me with so much disrespect, very rude, that erases what showing grace truly means, which is kindness, understanding, compassionate, even though I did not deserve it. But please, when you are doing that, show respect. Oh dear, I don't know, the other day, the way you spoke to me, I don't know, maybe you were not in your right frame of mind, but I didn't like it. That is respectful enough. Don't come at anybody with entitlement and disrespect, and you feel that you're going to get the answers that you truly seek out of that person. So please, for us to have a healthy relationship with anyone, we should always show grace, respect, and cross entitlement. Trust me, we need people in our corner. And when you are choosing people in your corner, choose people that you truly value, so that when it is time for you to show them grace, it will be easy. It comes easily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode.